everyone, I'm Ritika Ori and this is Management Bliss channel. If you are new to this channel, please consider subscribing. In this video, I'm gonna walk you through Monday.com and its powerful features. Though Monday.com is quite similar to other project management tools, it is very versatile and highly customizable. This video will cover everything you need to know to start working with Monday.com, and hence you can start building your own workflows and managing products right after this video. So let's get started with Monday.com. Well, Monday.com is a work operating system that helps the teams to manage their workflows and run projects. You can use Monday.com for small teams as well as huge setups. It is that scalable. Also, it is quite versatile as it is used in numerous verticals like HR, operations, task management, software development, and many more. Monday.com is highly customizable and teams can create boards and views as per their requirements and organization needs. So let's head towards Monday.com and get started. I am now on my Monday.com page. So to get here, you just have to type Monday.com in your browser. Let's start with the pricing options. As we can see that for a smaller setup, we have it for free. So for smaller setups, we don't have to pay much. And if it is a very tiny whiny team or you want to use it for your personal businesses, you can just use it for free. So let's get started. I am signing up for free. Just provide your email ID. Now you can provide the full name of your account and a password that you can remember. I have provided a short name for my account. Agree to the terms and service. So there will be a few questions asked by Monday.com. There will be further questions asked based on your choice. Continue. So once you have answered all the questions, they will set up a board for you. Here you can provide the email address of the members who will be the admin for your Monday.com setup. I'll skip it as of now. It's asking me what will be the name of your board. So I will give it Laboratory Software Development. Hit next. What would you like to manage? I would like to manage items. Hit next. As we can see on the right hand side, it tells us that it groups the items like this. Tasks which you are planning to do now and what you have planned for near future. So let's keep it this week and next week. Next. Okay. So maybe we can give it a task. Okay. So here we can provide the name of our tasks. I'll just quickly add them. It's creating the board for us. Once the board has been set up, it will ask us to go back to the email address you have provided and confirm it. So I just confirmed it and I'm back now to my board. Monday.com is ready to be used now. So as we can see that they have created a board for us. Apart from that, we can also go ahead and create a board. For example, on the left hand side, we have this add icon. You can click it, click on this new board, provide the board name. And we can see that there are three options available to us while creating the board, that is main, private and shareable. So what are these different options? Well, each of these different options provide different access levels to the users. The main board here is quite transparent to everyone. That is, everyone can view and interact with each other on the main board. While shareable boards are created when you want to share these boards with external stakeholders, for example customers. And the private boards are used where you want to keep the information really private, for example, budget related information. Let's stick to the main board and provide the information of what you are trying to manage on this board. Again, I'll select items and the board gets created. Well, apart from that, there are other options as well from where you can import the data from your system or from some other places, add that data and create the board. For that, click on this new item, select import items, select the sheet from where you want to add. You have to map the titles with the column icons, and we can see it has added the information from that Excel sheet to our board. Apart from that, we can also create a new board by importing the data. For that, on the left hand side, you can see your profile related icon. Click on that and here it will say import data. And Monday.com gives you a variety of options from where you can import data. For example, Excel sheets, Google Sheets, and other different project management tools like Jira, Trello, Asana, etc. For now, I'll import it again through Excel. I am importing to the same sheet. It's just for demonstration purposes. Okay, so it says let's customize your new board. Again, it just wants to confirm the titles of rows and columns. Select appropriately. If you want, you can change the type of your item from these drop downs. Then click on this create board button. And yes, new board has been set up with the name taken from the Excel sheet. Okay, now let's switch back to our main board from where we started, that is laboratory software development. And here I would like to show you some other different options which you can do on your board. I'll quickly add few more tasks. Okay, now we have added few more tasks. So let's go ahead and add a few members on this team. So from an icon over here which says invite members, I can click on it and can invite them with their email ID. So now I have invited 3 more members. Similarly, you can set up your team as well. So for setting up your team, again go to icon over here. Click on it and select Teams option. On the right hand side, we can invite new members or we can add a new team. We can provide the name of your team. I will say Embliss team. Okay, now this Embliss team has been created. I'll go ahead and add few team members. So I have, let's add others as well. Okay, so now we are able to set up our team of 4 members. Since now our team has also been set up, let's go back to our board and add a few more columns which we require. Go to work management and go to your board. This plus icon over here gives an opportunity to add more columns as we need. So now I would like to add one more column, that is priority, which will tell me the priority of each of these tasks. I would be using the status column over here. So just go ahead, select status, rename it to priority. Now we can provide different labels. Let's say I would like to have a priority high, low and medium. So let's just edit these labels. For green, it's low. For yellow, it's medium. And for red, it's high. And by the way, we can add as many labels as we want by just clicking on this add label icon. Also, we can provide labels with different color options as there are lots and lots of color options available to us. Okay, so we have this priority column set up now. I will just like to give them some priority to each of them. If you don't want to have the status similar to this, you can change the names as we did for priority. Similarly, we can edit the labels. For example, I would like to have it in progress. Let's add one more status, that is final deploy. Add one more, testing. Okay, similarly we can change other columns as well as per our need. For example, I want to represent this date as deploy date. Apart from that, we have many other options to add here. For example, numbers. Here we can add different sorts of numerical data which we want to add. For example, I'll just use it for representing release versions. The special thing about this numbers column is that you can also specify your own type. So these units specify that you can also provide some other information, like if you want to keep some budget related information, you can keep it over here. Then in the end, you can select the function you would like to show in the summarized value. I just don't want to show anything, so I'll keep it none. Here also, if we can see that in this summarized value, it shows the different status information. Apart from that, you can also add different files. You can have a column specifically for different links related to that task, or other things like timeline, that you want to have this task from a particular timeline, that is let's say you want to have it from 10th to 21st. Similarly, you can select a timeline for each of these. Another important column which I would like to add to my board is tags. Again, tags is just a piece of label which you would like to link with each of your tasks so that it becomes easier to manage. And here I would like to keep some information like customer related information. It all depends on how you would like to manage your board, or you can create a completely separate column for customers also. This particular task is for customer USA as well as customer UK. Then if you want to move them here and there, you can just simply do it by dragging and dropping. Just you can play around with it. And then other options are that you can go to the column settings and you can restrict the edits of this column, or you can, for this particular column, you can also restrict the view, that who wants to see it and whom you don't want to view this information. Apart from that, you can add some other information as well. For example, let's say this is assignee related information. So a lot of good customizable options provided by monday.com. Now I have added my required columns. Let's do some more stuff. I can also sort the columns. I can also delete the columns. I can have a conditional coloring on the columns. For example, when person is management bliss, I want to have the row as this green colored. Again, I can save it as new view and provide the name of the table. Okay, ignoring it for now. Well, then I can also archive your board or items. So for that, just click on these three dots on the right and select delete/archive board option. Here you have the archive board and it says that it has successfully archived the board. Okay, if you want to see what has been archived, here on the bottom left, click and go to the option archive. Here it shows that the board laboratory software development has been archived. Okay, so with that, let's go back to our board and see what are workspaces. Well, workspaces are there to organize your account. And here on the left hand side, we have this work management icon. Let's just click over here, expand it to see. And here we have this main workspace. Here Monday.com provides an option to add a workspace. So I can create a workspace from here. These workspaces are used to manage the accounts. For example, you want to separate out your departments. You want to keep the finance related information separate to the development related information, etc. You can search for these workspaces by typing the name here, and you can easily switch between the workspaces, and within these workspaces you can create your boards. For example, on this main workspace we have created these 3 boards. Okay, so let's move back to our board. Now another important feature which Monday.com provides is easy communication on a particular task or topic, and you can always find this information later on, which makes much more easier for teams to have a discussion on anything and everything. For communicating with different team members over a topic, just click on this plus icon which says start conversation, and here you can communicate. Let's say I would like to ask about the status. So this communication gets logged with this particular task. Let us also see what all we can do on the board settings. So for that, click on these 3 dots and select board settings. Here we can rename our board, we can change the type of our board, we can change it to shareable or private, we can create items through email. Then there are different other things like we can view the archive history, and we can change the terminology as well of the tasks or items which we added. Then let's move on and see how we can update our profile related information. I think you have guessed it right. That is, go to the icon on the bottom left of this page, click it and select my profile. And here you can add the data related to your profile. So whatever information you want to provide, you can provide it over here. Okay, moving back to the board. Let's now move ahead and see how we can export this board to an Excel sheet. For that, again, click on these 3 dot icons on the top right. Here, go to more actions, select export board to Excel. Okay, include updates. Export. I'll just open and see if it has been exported. Well, we can see how beautifully this information has been exported to the Excel sheet. Okay, let's move back to our board. One more thing before moving to the next topic is that we can also save our board as a template which can be used by others. So for that also, again, click on these 3 dots on the top right, more actions, and save your board as a template, and then it can be shared with others where they can also use your template to create their boards. I think we added a lot of information over here. I'll just also add some assignees to other tasks which we have missed out. Apart from this main table board, we can also set up different other views on Monday.com. So let's see how to add other views. For that, click on this add view option available in the center of the screen. We can select anything which we like. For now, I will set up a chart. So by default, it has been created as a bar chart and based on the statuses. Now I want to add one more chart, and this time I want it as a pie chart. So select the settings option. Here you can select the pie chart and select the category based on what you want the chart to be developed. So here status is selected. I want it based on priority. So a chart based on priority has been created now. Let's add some other views as well. I would like to add a Kanban board. And again, the categorization of the board has been done based on status. We can change it as we need. Like based on priority we can create. So we can also change the categorization of the column but as of now let's keep it the same because it makes more sense. And then here we can select the information which we want to see on the card. Okay, this is the card which is related to each task. Let's say I want to see priority as well, select it. I want to see version as well, okay, select it. So this kind of view also we can set up. Let's add one more view, that is calendar. So go to more views. As you can see, it provides different other options. You can explore it and setting up a calendar. As we can see here, it's showing me the time span of each of these tasks. So as and when we are creating these views, they are getting added to this row on top. And if we want to create some more, the process is the same. We have to click on this add view and select the view which we want. Now let's go back to the main table. And if we want to see all the different views which have been created on this board, just click on this more drop down and it will show you the different other views that has been created for this board. Okay, a lot of columns have been added and we have also set up few views. So now let's move on to the next section of this video, in which we'll be looking into few more topics like searching, automation, integration, and activity logs. But before that, let's have a quick look into these three icons. So this is notifications, where people get notifications related to different events happening which are relevant to you and your board. The next is inbox, where you can receive mails from teams and others in monday.com. And this one is my work. This is a view setup so that you can have a look into just your work. Then we can also mark our board's favorites using this favorite icon. Okay, moving back. Since we can create a lot of data here, we can have a lot of communication and interact with each other on a regular basis. So there needs to be some easy ways for searching also. So that mechanism is also provided by monday.com. For easy, quick searching on board, you can rely on this search icon on the top of the board. Click here. Let's say you want to look into in progress items. So just type in progress and it will show you items in progress. Similarly, look for something else. Let's say I want to see only the low priority issues, and you will have the low priority items in front of you. Then we can also filter based on person. Let's say I want to only see the items which have been assigned to Monica. So let's have a look. So it filtered out the 2 items related to Monica, and it's asking us if we want to save it as a new view, we can do that. Okay. Another powerful searching mechanism provided in monday.com is through filters. So where we can search for a particular information and then we can save that particular filter and refer it anytime later whenever we need it. So let's click the filter. We can create a quick filter through this view. For example, let's say I want to see this week items and the item name can be anything. Then I want only assigned to management bliss. Then I want only the in progress ones. Okay, now save to this view and we can see that it has been created for us. Okay, now clearing the filters. Now, apart from that, let's say I want to create some more filters on my own. So for that, click on this drop down icon. Here, select the column based on what you need to do the filtering. So I would like to have all those items which have a tag customer UK associated with them and which have a high priority and which are in progress. Okay, now I can save this view. Go to the table option which has been already selected. You can mark it as your favorite filter as well, or you would like to rename it with a relevant filter name. Okay, this view has been added to us and whenever we need, we can click this view and get the required data. Now moving back to the main table. Another very powerful feature provided by Monday.com is automations. Using these automations, you can save a lot of time, as you can automate a lot of things and you can add as many automations as you want to your board. Now, automations in Monday.com work based on triggers. That is, a particular scenario happening is a trigger to an action being taken. To automate, go to the right hand side of the board and click on this automate. Click the create custom automation button. Let's say here I want to automate that whenever the status changes to final build, then assign that particular item to Veronica. So let's go ahead and do it. Since the trigger will happen based on status, so let's select the status changes. So when the status changes to final deploy, then assign to Veronica as person. Okay. Now create that automation. The automation is on by default. We can also switch it off when we are not using it. But since we want to check it for now, let's switch it on. Now let's go back to our board. And currently this item on our board is assigned to Monica and it's in stuck state. So let's change the status to final deploy and we can see that it has been now assigned to Veronica. Let's create one more automation. Again, go back to automate, add new automation. Now this time I would like to have a notification being sent to this management list person as and when any issue is assigned. Okay, so when the person assigned, to specify a particular person, I will click on this plus icon, and if only the person is assigned to management list, then notify to management list. And what message do you want to have in the automation is this item name. It will pull out the item name from the board itself. From board name, again this is a dynamic information which will be pulled on the run, has been assigned to you. There are a lot of other dynamic information as well which you can use while designing your notifications. Okay, for now we will have this much. Now create the automation. It is also switched on by default. Moving back to our board. Now let us assign something to management list. And we can see that notification has come. And it says this item name from Laboratory Software Development Board has been assigned to you. So this is one of the very good features provided by Monday.com which you can use to its fullest. And this is also my favorite section in Monday.com. Okay, moving ahead, let's see how to view the activity log. For that, on the top, click on this activity. So it will give you a fair idea of what is happening, of what has happened on your board over a period of time. Okay, with that, we have covered a lot of things in Monday.com. Let's also look into one more thing before wrapping up this video, that is what all integrations Monday.com allows with other softwares. So for that, click on this integrate link on the top of your board. As we can see, it provides a variety of softwares to have integrations with. We will not be going into details of integrations in this video, but I just wanted to show you what all app integrations are possible. The most popular ones are with Outlook, Trello, Zoom, Slack, Gmail, GitLab, and Jira. So I recommend you all to explore this section if you need to integrate with some other softwares as well. while working with Monday.com. So that was all I wanted to cover in this video. So I hope this gives you an idea how to get started with Monday.com. If there's anything you want to share, please do add in the comment section. If you like the video, please press like and do not forget to subscribe the channel. Thank you for watching.